they opt to pay fines to SEBI rather than hire someone unknown. While India Incorporated is predicted to grow many folds, leading to many more independent directors over the long run, go in with the wrong expectation that everything is going to happen in a jiffy, then this career transition may not reward you the way that you would want. Hi, I'm Anvesha. Among the many hats that I wear the hat of a transition coach. And today I deep dive into the career of an independent director from a career transition point of view. So if you are in between a job, or if you are considering a career change into independent director, there are certain very important things that I thought I would bring to you in order that you understand the realities of this particular career transition. So let's hop onto it. In my previous video, I had talked about how to enroll into the side of the independent director, the assessments required. You don't need any special qualifications. You just need to be tenured in the industry, 10 years or above. You can be from any stream. It really does not matter. All it matters is, are you a person who is capable of looking at certain board decisions and helping the board make the right choice. So what is your role? That is very important here. And once I tell you what your role is going to be, you will realize why I am raising a red flag here. When it comes to your role, it is primarily attending the board meetings. Now, in the board meetings, what do they expect of you? The other permanent board directors who are more invested into the day-to-day workings of the company, or they may have been longer than you in that particular organization. They don't really expect you to act as an auditor. They expect you to work with them, collaborate with them. They should be able to trust your decisions. So that is what you bring in as your key role of that of an independent director. Now, is it all going to be happy and positive? If you've followed the financial services scene, you would know that there have been scams, the One Housing Society and other financial scams, where the independent director is also liable. So you must know that there can be situations where if the company goes down, you go down with the company. Also, annually there is not exactly a performance appraisal, but there is an evaluation as to how well you contributed as an independent director. And the reappointment will happen for the next year again. So every year you have to show your value to the other board members that, see, this is what I can contribute. However, if you have the risk appetite to handle all the other things that come along with it, then this is the right role for you. Now, the most important part. Before you get to play the role of an independent director, you need an appointment. That is where I found the biggest disconnect between market data, where there are so many vacancies, traction from government saying that we've jacked up the remuneration for independent director. We need women directors. 1 in 5 have to be a woman. All of that, while all of that information is true, what is not very clearly above the line is the timeline. And why am I doubting published government data? I am not contesting any of the data points. What I'm talking about is very different. I'm talking about how humans think before hiring another human into the board of directors. If you look at it, the job of the independent director is to work in tandem with the other directors. So tell me, why will they hire someone completely unknown from a data bank? If you had the choice to hire someone as a part of your board, would you just go for someone who appears to be qualified in a data bank? Or would you want that to be just the eligibility criteria and you would want other due diligences to be done? I mean, if I were you, I would do that. I will not work with someone unknown in a company that I've built bit by bit and allow some stranger to walk in. That is exactly what happens in reality. So these companies who still don't have independent directors, the positions are empty, they opt to pay fines to SEBI rather than hire someone unknown. So you have to make sure that somebody vouches for you. Because as I said earlier, there is a risk associated with this role. There is civil liability as well as criminal liability. And assuming that you have the risk appetite and you've gone ahead with it and you've crossed all the hurdles, but this human hurdle is the bid. So does that mean all is dark and doomed? All the efforts that you made through this period, investment that you made in registering, going through the entire process, is it wasted? No, it's not wasted. It's just that you have to reset your expectations. It's not a quick thing. Yeah, if you're very lucky and you have a friend who has a company and they need someone exactly like you, even then it is going to take about 6 months, because independent director appointment does not happen easily. There's a long list of compliance that they have to do in order to hire an independent director. So that's the shortest period of time, 0 to 6 months, after your name is in the database of independent directors. So now imagine you don't have any network. Your friends are all senior managers or something. None of them are partners as yet, or none of them are in the board as yet. Do you really bank on this as something that you hop into the moment you are registered in the data bank? No. Reset your expectations. Think of a long time frame. It's like a mid-range time frame. Say about 2 years should be a good timeline. And have a preparatory thing, like while you're preparing for the assessment, get yourself enlisted as an independent director into the database. Start working your network. Reach out to people who are already in that position. So by the time you are into the database, you already have activated your network. So whenever there's an opportunity, the chances are they will reach out to you. And if you choose to go through any of these training providers, they would also try to push you. But as I said, there's a human barrier. I will not put my company into the wrong hands. If I'm not confident, I would rather pay the penalties and fines, but I will not have the wrong person as an independent director sitting in my board and trying to tell me what to do and what not to do. So this is the hard truth of this particular career transition. So what I would say is prepare for a long haul, build a good networking, work up your network so that people trust you, maybe work a little bit on your LinkedIn profile. All of this helps you. I know all of this because of my transition coaching experience with people who are into mid to senior range. So they have faced this problem. Since the time I had released the first video, a lot of people came and said, yeah, this is a very good option, especially women. They were very interested. And when I started working with them, we realized that these were the challenges. While the numbers did not lie, human mindset, that is something we did not consider when I started recommending this particular career option to a lot of people. So, as I said earlier, nothing's lost. It's just reset your expectations. It's going to take a little longer. It's not a 6 months thing. It will take about 2 years or so to get your first appointment. Every year there's a reappointment. So you need to screen as well where you want to be. Can you add long-term value to that particular company? Then only accept the appointment, because you don't want to lose it during the reappointment time after a year. You would want to stick to one company, build your reputation, get their referrals, and have many more. That's what I mean. I've added a bonus to this video. I saw a lot of requests and queries around compensation of independent directors. The compensation of independent directors, unlike other positions, is based on the number of sittings. You get paid on the number of sittings. So each time you appear for the board meeting, you get paid for that. And there's a huge range. So if you're into a very large organization's board as an independent director, your comp will be different. I'm guessing you're here because you're a beginner. And if you are a beginner and you've not been a part of the board of directors as an independent director, then where do you start? That must be the question that you have in your mind. Now, when it comes to small, medium enterprises, think what is the affordability of my client, where I have been hired. Second is, as a beginner, as a new independent director, what is the value add that I'm doing to this particular organization? If you feel that yes, though you've never been an independent director before, but you have extensive knowledge around ESG, and you have probably run your own business, so you may have that value. I would suggest that do not command a very high compensation from your first sitting. Keep it per sitting 30,000 to 50,000. Build your comp up slowly. So what that does to you is, when the next time around someone in that particular board members network is looking for an independent director, they will refer you if they feel that your value versus your cost is working out. Now, how do you increase? Increase would also depend on whether you're getting reappointed year on year. If you're getting reappointed year on year, happily you can increase by a good 8 to 10% every year. And if you have received an invite for a large organization where the affordability is much higher, change it. Make it 2x, 3x, whatever you think you deserve. Always remember that whatever you charge per sitting should be directly proportional or slightly more value add that you give to the organization. Because that is what will ensure that you build a long-term relationship with the organization. I've also put a link to my previous video in case you want to know about the eligibility requirements in more details, what are the websites to go to. You can do that. I see a lot of comments around this. I will also be sharing tips on how to crack the exam, various subjects for your empanelment exam. So let me know as to what you want. Do put that in the comment. Thank you. If you think you're adding value from what I share through my videos, please like and share the video so that the algorithm picks it up and shares it with other people like you.